Hello, welcome to Bob's Dungeon. My name's Bob, I'll be your host. When TSR still published Dungeons & Dragons, they usually tried to keep two different versions of Dungeons & Dragons going. They had the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons and a Basic Dungeons & Dragons. One of the more popularly remembered versions of Dungeons & Dragons was the multicolored box sets that they released in the 1980s. It consisted of a basic box set in red, which took your characters from level 1 to 3, an expert box set that was in blue, which took your characters from level 4 to 14, a companion box set, which was in teal, which took your characters from level 15 to 25, a master box set, which was in black and took your characters from level 26 to 36, and an immortal box set, which was in gold, and it went beyond levels and focused on your characters being immortal and that kind of thing. And it kind of went away for a little bit, the basic stuff, but then they brought it back in the 90s to compete with a game called Hero Quest. Hero Quest came out in the 90s and had a lot of popularity. So to answer this, Dungeons & Dragons re-released their basic box set, and they called it Classic Dungeons & Dragons. And that's what we're going to look at in this video. The Classic Dungeons & Dragons box set. This game is very self-contained, this whole box set. You have, of course, some classic Dungeons & Dragons art on the cover. And on the back, you have a description of what you can find in this box and what it has to do with. So let's go ahead and open this box set up, take a look at what's inside. The first thing that you'll find in this box set is a full set of dice. It comes with a 20-sided die, a 12-sided die, two 10-sided dice for rolling percentiles and tens, an 8-sided die, 6-sided die, and a 4-sided die. Next thing that we'll look at in this box set is it came with 6 plastic miniatures, all in red. They're unpainted, and you could use these to represent your character in the game and move them around on a little map that came with the game, which we'll look at later. And they're pretty good, pretty detailed. They're just plastic. There are 6 miniatures that come with this game. All of them are molded in red plastic. The molds are quite well, if a bit generic. They all work quite well with the map provided, however. Each one is made to look like a certain class. You just have to pick whichever one most closely resembles your character. The next thing that we'll look at is the book that comes with the game. This is the only book in the box set. It has 128 pages and a copyright of 1994. The artwork in this book is all in black and white. It's pretty decent. So let's go ahead and look at that artwork now. When we first open the book, this is the first picture that we see. All of the pictures in this book are in black and white. The pictures do a good job of setting a tone for this game. However, some of the pictures are recycled from other books. This book has everything you'll need to get going in your basic game. It's not only a rule book for the players, but for the game master and an adventure setting all in one book. The first thing you'll do for making up your characters is, of course, roll your attributes, which means rolling three six-sided dice and add them together and put them in an attribute. The attributes are your standard attributes for Dungeons and Dragons, which consist of strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. After that, you'll pick a class. There are no races in this book. All the classes are human, or the class is a race itself, meaning the classes are fighter, cleric, magic user, thief, dwarf, elf, and halfling. That's your lot. The book only allows you to go up to 5th level in each of these classes. After that, you would have to either go to Advanced Dungeons and Dragons or maybe figure out your own progression after that. They never made a follow-up to this box set, which is really a shame. After that, you'll pick an alignment. The alignments are very easy in this game. There are only 3 alignments. There is law, chaos, and neutral. That's it. After that, there's an equipment section, so you can arm your characters and supply them with whatever they'll need in their adventuring career. Then there's a section on magic. It has a list on how magic works and has the list for the clerical spells and magic user spells and the descriptions of those spells. It talks about combat in this game, tells you how to run the game and set up a campaign. Nothing real detailed, just basics. The whole lot is broken up by the main adventure for this game. It's called Escape from Zanzar's Dungeon. There's 4 parts to it. Each part breaks up the book a little bit. And there's also a list of monsters in this book. It's not a huge list, but it's a pretty good list. It's basic. And they supply you with another dungeon that you can take your player characters in. They've got the map for it in the book, but it's not stocked. It's called Stonefast, and it's up to you to put the monsters and the traps and the treasures in it. But they've got it laid out for you, and that's pretty good. That's really about it for this. It's just a basic set of rules and guidelines, and does its job pretty well. The next thing we're going to look at that this box set came with is it comes with a Dungeon Master screen, which is pretty cool. It's got a bunch of tables and stuff for you to use as Game Master, and plus it does its job of hiding your roles from the players and any notes you have, which is cool. Some Game Masters like to do that. I don't particularly, but it's there should you want it. It also comes with this cardboard sheet. Mine's not punched out because I never used it, but it's got a bunch of different monsters on it that you can punch out. It folds over, and they stand up, so you use them on the map. So you have counters for your monsters to use against the player's miniatures. The final thing in this box set is it comes with this big poster-like map. It folds out. And it's pretty big. It's got all the numbers on there to correspond to the adventure in the book, so you can run it. And that's pretty much all that's in here. At the time, Hero Quest was doing real well and very popular, so TSR put this box set out to kind of go against it. And it was interesting. I liked it. It's neat. So it brings me to 3 questions. Would I play a character in this game? Probably. It'd bring back a lot of nostalgia for me. It was fun back then. It'd probably be fun now. Would I run this game? Maybe if players were interested in playing it, I'd probably run it, but given the choice, I'd probably want to play just regular Dungeons and Dragons. Would I recommend this game? Yeah, I would actually. It's a like the other basic box sets. This is a good starting point for people that have never played a role playing game and are interested to know what's going on. It'd be a great way to start them off. And that's really all I got to say about this box set. It's pretty neat. I enjoyed it when I played it, and I would recommend it if you want an easy way to show people how to play Dungeons and Dragons. So that's all I got to say about that for now. Please join me in the next video where we'll talk about something else. Bye.